Welcome, everyone. So, I used to be extremely flexible. I had my splits, I stretched daily for hours, and I practiced yoga consistently. And I truly believed that stretching was the key to remaining healthy. But after my hip injury, the very same stretches that I loved were the very same ones causing me more pain. And it honestly took me a long time to accept that. When you're dealing with hip pain or a hip injury, stretching and yoga feel like the most obvious answer. You're tight, you're uncomfortable, you want relief. So you keep doing the same things you've always done, the same poses, the same routines because they used to help. Well, I did the same thing and it cost me months of progress. Before my injury, I could drop into deep stretches without even thinking twice. After my injury, I tried returning to those same movements: pigeon pose, couch stretch, front split, and every single time without fail, I would flare up. More pain, more stiffness, more frustration. And I just kept telling myself, I just need to stretch more. I'm just tight. I should loosen up eventually, right? Well, what I didn't realize is that my hip wasn't actually tight. It was just unstable, irritated, and compensating. A lot of yoga poses look very easy and simple to do, but they're actually extremely demanding on the hips. Many of them involve deep hip flexion, extreme rotation, and long end range holds. Movements like pigeon, butterfly, or deep lunges can easily place a lot of stress on the hip joint, especially if you're already dealing with a hip labral injury or chronic hip pain. That repeated stress will only create more friction instead of healing, especially if you're collapsing into the pose, your alignment isn't solid, and you're forcing your range instead of earning it. And that is exactly what I was doing. I was just going through the motions and not even paying attention. Stretching felt productive, but it was only distracting me from what I actually needed. I wasn't addressing postural alignment, glute strength and activation, foot strength, and toe splay. I also didn't pay attention to how I moved outside of stretching. My body was very flexible, but just not well supported. So every time I stretched deeper, I was only reinforcing those same imbalances that caused the problem in the first place. Progress didn't come from doing more yoga. It came from doing less of what felt good in the moment and more of what actually built capacity. Learning how to control my hips, strengthening my weak links, and respecting my current limits instead of chasing my old abilities. And that's when the flare ups stopped. And this isn't me saying that yoga is just bad. Yoga could be great for you at the right time, for the right body, with the right awareness. But if you're injured, in pain, or stuck in a cycle of flare ups, stretching harder isn't always the answer. In fact, it could be the very thing that's holding you back. If you're doing yoga because you love it, but it just keeps making your hip worse, that is not a failure. It is information. Listen to it and adapt. Sometimes healing means letting go of what you used to do so that you can rebuild something stronger. If you gained anything from this video, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for your time.